Yo, what's good guys? Welcome to another video. I am Wasan Mpenyana and this is Through the Windscreen. So, I know guys I've been away for a long time, but I'm finally back with a brand new car which was recently released this year, which is the result of a collaboration between Toyota and Suzuki, which was formally announced in 2019. And this is not the first collaboration that they've had. There's the previous one is the Suzuki Across, which is basically a rebadged RAV4 hybrid, basically. But anyway, this is the brand new Toyota Starlet. So this car that I have today is the 1.4 XS automatic. So this is a mid-range car that Toyota offers. This car starts off at 235,000 Rand. And this is what is meant to be the competitor to what I believe is more towards the Polo. You know, Polo, Vivo, between the two, but more towards Polo. Anyway, let me talk more about this car further on in the video. Without further ado, let's start this review. Okay, so let's talk about the exterior real quick, right? As you guys can see, well, this car, first of all, it does have a pretty serious look to it, though. And, I'm not gonna lie, it looks nice. I won't lie. So you have normal halogen lights, but this car specifically is the 1.4 XS automatic. So this is a mid-range car within the whole Starlet range, where the top of the range car is the XR Auto, which has LED headlamps and daytime running lights. But this one has the halogen lights, does not have fog lights, nice chrome grille, right, with a like sporty front splitter or bumper that you have in this car. Also the wheels. So this car comes with 16-inch alloy wheels, right? So now you see this car is like a proper car. Nice. I like this design, honestly. Nice design. It really contrasts well with the color, with the car's body color. And speaking of the body color you'll find on the side mirrors too, as well as on the door handle. So in a lot of cars, for example, like if you've watched my review of the Polo TSI, with the Polo TSI, the trend line usually has this in black and that in black, right? So this one is a mid-range car, same type of color as the body color of the car. Anyway, so now as you can see, this car has nice lines. It has nice like aggressive lines on it, sporty type of lines. Just one line starting here, which moves all the way to the back and comes into this rear window arch here at the back. So it's a nice thing about that. Moving to the back, right? As you can see, now this is where you'll see this car looks like the Suzuki, because it has like Suzuki type of lights here at the back, even the body shape, like the nice curves here at the back, or what you'd find in the Suzuki. So it's more towards the Suzuki's body language, design language overall. But I mean overall this car looks very nice at the back. It reminds me of an old Tata Indica, which used to be like the hatchbacks back then. But anyway, some branding at the back to show you it's an XS, Toyota Starlet, nice Toyota badging at the back. Also the rear window, I mean this does compromise the rear view from the driving seat a little bit because of the sloping roof line, and therefore this car has like a sloped or slanted rear window. But anyway, that's also fine. So about the boot real quick. So this car it's a pretty deep boot, alright? If you guys can come take a look. It's a pretty deep boot. Does not have a false floor. It has a space saver tire in there with all your necessary things inside of there. And this car's boot capacity is around 200 liters. So it's not that much, but it's more than enough, man. You can fit a big suitcase in here. That'll be not the only thing. Big suitcase, a kit bag, or maybe like 3 or 4 carry-on travel bags. But anyway, that's that, man. Let's talk about the engine real quick, right? So this car is sorry, those are my dogs. This car is a 1.4 petrol engine, alright? And yeah, the engine output of this car is 68 kilowatts as well as 130 newton meters of torque. So one thing I want to show you guys, come closer. This car, the one thing I really enjoy about this car is that it has a lot of space for mechanics or even you as the owner to work on your car. So honestly, you don't really need to, if you're knowledgeable of how, you know, the mechanics of the car's engine work and what to fix and how to fix whatever may be the problem, you can go ahead and actually fix this thing, honestly. Guys, I'm so sorry for the noise in the background. My dog's making a lot of noise. I don't know why this time. But yeah, we keep on moving. So a lot of space in this car for you to work on this car, and this car is a delight for mechanics. So I believe, you know. So yeah, That's this car's engine. Okay guys, so I'm inside the Toyota Starlet. I nearly said Suzuki Baleno. I'm inside the Toyota Starlet. And just first off, look at the key. I mean, I did not expect much for the key. Honestly, I didn't expect Toyota to be doing anything else. They've never really been extravagant with their keys. But anyway, interior. So first impressions of the interior is that I was thoroughly impressed when I first got this car. And I was like, at least Toyota did a pretty good job when it comes to doing a budget car. You know what I'm saying? Even though there's hard plastic everywhere. But at least you have some contrasting seats. The blue, you know, the blue middle part of the seat, as well as you see the black bolstering parts of the seat too. Steering wheel wise, this is like the new Toyota type of steering wheels that you'd find in most of the new models. So yeah, it's pretty nice. It is a multi-function steering wheel, so that's a big bonus for me. Control the volume, seek track or whatever, and do a lot, like just a couple of things, not a lot, but just a couple of things. Controls, there's a nice speedometer here, which has these nice blue surrounds here, as well as when you got the car on, there's like a nice blue ambient light that goes on here. So it's a very nice touch it's a very nice touch that Toyota have done to this car. So also, another very good thing I've seen in this car is that there are electric windows all around, right? So the XS gets electric windows all around, but the entry-level ones do not get electric windows all around. So getting this car, you get electric windows all around. You can open and close the door, and electric mirrors too, right? Which saves you a lot of time. Sorry, the birds in this neighborhood. So anyway, okay, so also let's talk about the infotainment system this car has. So this is pretty nice, you know. You have CDs, able to put your CD in. This car has Bluetooth in it, which is a big thing for me. You can also connect your aux cable, your aux jack down here, and also a USB port down here too, next to the 12-volt socket that the car has. So it's a very nice thing. I mean, you can do not a lot of things, but you can do a number of things that you wouldn't expect to be able to do in this car, listen to your own music, and so on and so forth. And also you have single climate zone control. And yeah, I mean, basic climate control functions. Nice hazards. This car is an automatic, like I detailed before, so this car is going to be a bit more expensive than the normal 1.4 XS of this car. So this one is a 235,000 rand car because of the fact that it's an automatic. Anyway, with automatic also it has this shift lock that's here, and it also has an overdrive function here, button here on the side. So normal things, man. This car has park, reverse, neutral, drive, but it has something different that I haven't seen before. It has second gear, and then it has lower gear, which is down here if you can see. It has second gear, and it has lower gear, which is something I haven't seen in automatics nowadays, even ever. Okay, so let's move on to the practicality part of this car's interior. So there's the first compartment here where you can store a phone, you know, store your phone there nice and neatly. And then also there's these square cup holders. I've never really seen square cup holders, but they can fit a large coffee, you know, on both sides. It's going to be a bit of a hassle. Okay, your car will not be in park when you drive. And there's other compartments here at the back where you can keep them there too. Now, and also here on the sides of the doors, there's a compartment here to put here by the doors, as well as a small section here to put on something that's a bit flatter than a bottle. So yeah, that's the nice thing about that. Also the glove box, not a lot of space, just enough to put in the car's manual, service books, and everything else that's there. So yeah, it's not big enough for you to put anything else besides what is meant to be inside that thing. So yeah, I mean, this car's quite practical. You have a bit more space. Well, it's spacious inside, let me say that. For a car of this size, this car is spacious inside. It reminds me of a Kia Rio in terms of the interior, and the Kia Rio being quite spacious. Hopefully I get to review that car soon. So yeah, also let's just check out the back of the car to see how well I fit in the back with my driving settings here in the front, and yeah, legroom and headroom. So yeah, let's go to the back. Okay guys, so I'm in the back seat of the Toyota Starlet, and guys, first impressions, I am beyond impressed by the amount of legroom. A person of my height, guys, I am 1.9 meters tall, and I have this amount of leg space. My feet are comfortable underneath the driver's seat, and bear in mind, the driver's seat is in my driving setting, so this is how far I sit usually, and I have a lot of space, A lot of headroom, guys. A lot of headroom, if you guys can see. Well, let me sit straight. Like, not a lot when I sit straight, but like, it's more. I've got, well, it's big enough, not more. So yeah, also the windows go all the way down. You know, I mean, we don't really count that, guys. It's all the way down, honestly. Nice big windows here at the back. I mean, it is light enough, but at the same time, it feels a bit dark too. So that's the nice thing about that, man. The seats are quite comfy. And honestly, I don't really think it would be the most ideal car to carry 5 people, you know, having a full house. So I think preferably if you want to have a comfortable ride, have 2 people here at the back seat. This car has its own carpets here, own carpets to protect the carpets underneath. That's a nice thing about that. And also here at the back, you have a 12-volt socket. A bit old school, but at least it offers that, you know, unlike the Polo TSI, which I've recently reviewed. If you haven't watched that review, click the pop-up banner here above. So also here, on this side, we have a storage compartment here, but I do not have one on my side, which I do not know the reason for that. Also, let me fetch my bottle actually. Also here on the side, compartments to store my cool drink here on the side, and it is big enough, honestly, big enough. So yeah, guys, I mean, that's the interior of this car. This car is quite spacious for the small car that it is. And yeah, so let's just see if Toyota has now brought that into the car's overall performance too, and the right quality. So let's go ahead and drive this car and actually feel and see and experience the overall experience this car gives you as the driver. So yeah, let's go drive. Inside the Toyota Starlet XS. So guys, I'm currently driving in town just to see how the car is in town too, man, like I usually do with my other reviews. And I mean, as you'd expect with such a small car, this is so easy to navigate around town. Honestly, so easy, you know. But my only issue so far driving this car is the fact that yeah, it's not even a turbo lag, because this car doesn't have a turbo, but it's that lag that I get, you know, with this car not being as powerful as you'd expect a 1.4 to be, but it's still a bit punchy when it needs to be. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of road noise, so I need to shout in the car. I'm not a shouter, I have like an inside voice, so I'm going to have to shout quite a lot. This car, another thing that I don't like about this car is the fact that it doesn't, it's too noisy, sorry, yeah. Honestly, there's a lot of road noise, a lot of vibrations coming through, and this car at like pretty high speeds, like maybe like a 120, 130. This car starts moving around on the road. It's too light, so like the wind easily pushes this car all over the road. So for me, I remember telling my dad yesterday when I was rushing to the airport and coming back, I was like, this car is the most difficult car to keep in a straight line that I've ever driven, ever in my life, you know. But that is not to say that this car's ride quality is not good enough, you know. This car is good enough, the ride quality is good enough for such a car in its class, right? I wouldn't say it's better than the VW Polo TSI, but it is not very far from it too. It's pretty close, if I must be honest with you guys, right? It is pretty close. So yeah, man, besides the road noise, with the car just being so light that it's, you know, being thrown around on the road by the wind, so far so good, man. It's comfortable to drive, you know. The steering is not super light, but it's light enough. So this car right now, as I've been saying quite a lot in this video, is a 1.4, right, petrol engine. Now this car returns, the fuel economy, right, returns 5.4 liters per 100 k's. That's very good. But if you haven't watched I'm about to compare it to a car that I've reviewed already, which is the Audi A4 2-liter TDI that I've recently reviewed. If you haven't watched that video, please click the pop-up banner above. I think it's this side now. Yeah, that car returns similar figures too, with it being a 2-liter. So that's pretty impressive. Right? So I'm currently driving out of town now. I'm on my way to East London. So for those of you that know East London, from King Williamstown, East London, about 49 kilometers. So like I earlier mentioned, right, this car is hard to keep in a straight line, bro. Like if you're on high speeds, like 120, 130, and it's pretty hard to keep it in one straight line. And the road that I'm driving on currently is pretty narrow, so I can't be making any stupid mistakes. So, but another thing too about this car, right? I was like, would I rather take this car to Cape Town, or would I rather take a VW Polo to Cape Town? And for some of you, it may be like an obvious decision, like obviously I'm gonna take the Polo. Hey bro, I've been thinking about it for quite a while, because there's certain things that I like about the Polo that this car doesn't have, and there's certain things that I like about this car that the Polo doesn't have. But I'd only choose the Polo mainly because of the fact that the ride quality is just better than this car's ride quality, you know what I mean? And also, in terms of like infotainment, like there's just a better finish overall in a VW Polo. Like, facts. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's that. But all in all, man, like this car is literally the perfect car to, you know, I can take my friends with along. We can go on a road trip in this car, literally go anywhere you want to go, bro, and comfortably, you know. There'll be an issue, yes, in terms of storage for our bags, if people are carrying suitcases and not like duffel bags. But besides that, bro, honestly, man, like this car is a good like startup car for anyone, honestly, for anyone. Like I said before, I would take this car as my first car, easily. Also, in terms of overtaking in this car, I won't lie, man, when it does pick up shame. You know, I've been overtaking cars quite easily as of now, and yeah, I'm rushing because I have to be there at 11 o'clock. You know, and the time now is 11:32. I mean 10:32, sorry. So I have a couple of minutes to get there. So, but I'm not speeding, guys, like too crazy. I'm not speeding crazy. Anyway, yeah. So basically, yeah, and car's handling too. It handles okay. Nothing to write home about it. It handles okay, honestly. You know, it's not as dynamic as a Polo TSI. It's not as punchy as a Polo TSI, but it gets the job done. You know, it gets the job done. And also, I'm gonna say this again: the road noise, like it really annoys me to a certain point. And also the engine, when you step on it, it's quite drony. It's like that sound, like it makes a lot of noise. It's very dramatic, basically. And also this car is an automatic, so it's a 4-speed automatic, right? A 4-speed automatic. And if you want to have any of the manuals are 5-speed manuals, right? I don't know why they didn't rather just give this car a 5-speed automatic, because in this car holds the gears. Like now, if you guys hear, like it holds the gears and it just goes crazy before it changes. Now this applies also in town too, that's the thing, alright? So I really don't enjoy it. It seems as if you're speeding, but you're actually not speeding. You're just accelerating from 20 kilometers an hour to 60 kilometers an hour, honestly. So that's one of the things that I just dislike about this car. Speaking of cruising, I wish Toyota would have cruise control in this variant or model or spec. Yeah, because I mean, it's an automatic. Cruise control should be standard with any automatic, guys, flat out. I know some cars that are manuals that have cruise control. So, like the Opel Astra 1.6 Turbo Sport that I had reviewed. If you haven't watched that review, click the pop-up banner. I think this side. I think it's this side or this side. But you know, it's gonna pop up now. Okay, guys. So, what's my verdict on this car? Should you avoid it? Should you consider it shortlisted, or just go ahead and buy it? I'd say, in my honest opinion, guys, go ahead and buy this car. This car offers a lot more than what you think a Toyota would offer. I mean, Toyotas are reliable. Toyotas literally last forever. So having a Toyota will really help you as a startup car. And this car can do everything that you need it to do, from traveling to carrying people around to just everyday use. So yeah, go ahead and buy it, guys. Also, thank you very much for watching the video. For all of you that have watched until this point, please don't forget to subscribe. Most importantly, guys, I'm on the road to 500 subscribers. I really need you guys to crush this challenge too. We really crushed the first one, which was 200 subscribers. So now 500 is the new goal. And yeah, guys, also, please go follow me on @throughthewindscreen. That's on Instagram, and also the Facebook page @throughthewindscreen. So where you guys can get the behind the scenes footage of literally this day when I was shooting this car. You know, and get some funny videos here and there. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Shout out.
No more small share, c'est bien sweet, c'est cool, man.